Okay, so I'm Sally Maitlis and I'm going to be running the CARMA short course on interviewing for qualitative research happening in May. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I did my PhD in organisational behaviour at the University of Sheffield in England, and then I came to Vancouver on the west coast of Canada, and that's where I currently work as an Associate Professor of Organisational Behaviour at UBC in the Business School. And my area of research, I study sense making in organisations, and I study it using qualitative methods. And qualitative research is different from quantitative research in that it's really about the words that people use and about the meanings that people give experiences they have. So you spend a lot of time talking to people doing this research and trying to understand how they have experienced their lives and the meaning that they've made of it. And so in that kind of research, interviewing is a really central method. So I teach qualitative research in a PhD seminar at UBC, and I also have taught it in various workshops around the world. And the interviewing part is one of my favourite parts of it because it's such a important method, and it's such a commonly used method, not just in qualitative research, but also alongside survey research and experiments. It's often used in mixed method studies. But one of the reasons I love teaching is because people can get so much better at doing it if they get some practice and they get some feedback. And that's a really central component of the course that's happening at CARMA. So let me tell you a little bit about that course. I'm going to start by just introducing different kinds of interviews, and there are a variety of different sorts, and it really depends on the questions you're trying to answer in your research, and also on the people you're talking to and the kind of context you're studying. So we'll talk about those. And it's a very practical course, as I said, so very early on you'll get interviewing. You'll just start by doing little interviews with each other and just getting the feel for that. But then we're going to go on and develop interview protocols together, which are the guides of questions that you use to help structure your interview and to give you reminders of what you want to ask. So everybody will develop an interview protocol, and you'll get feedback on that protocol, and then you'll get to use it in conducting an interview on some other topic. So again, you'll get more practice. And after that, you'll get feedback from your interviewee on how it was to be interviewed by you, and by one or two other observers from the class who've been watching. We'll also spend time in the course reviewing pieces of interviews and looking at all the choice points, because whenever you do an interview, there's always all these moments when you can choose which question to ask or which direction you want to take it in. And we'll sort of watch on video those moments and get you to think about different questions and different choice points and how that affects the shape of the overall interview. And later in the course we'll also be talking about issues such as how to conduct interviews on sensitive topics, and we'll be talking about ethical issues related to issues and a number of ethical issues related to interviews and a number of other things. And finally we'll look at coding. We'll take interview transcripts and we'll begin the process of coding and analysing interview transcripts to try and understand what it is that you've really learnt from an interview or from a set of interviews. So I would say this course is relevant to anyone. I mean, if you've never done an interview, great. If you've done some interviews, you can build on those. And if you're quite an experienced interviewer, you may still find it helpful to come and get feedback on your practice and hone your skills and learn new skills to take with you. So everyone is welcome, basically.